Hi everyone, so welcome to my 7-step facial video. As you can see, I'm wearing my nice knitted headband just to keep all the hair back, and I'm going to talk you through and demo this 7-step facial. So as part of this, take some time for yourself, have a nice kind of candle lit, have a glass of wine, and make sure you have all your little bits around you, have some nice music and just enjoy. So first step for me is having these kind of cleansing kind of towel mittens, and just have them with warm water and just beginning the process of softening up the skin. And I love this part because I know all the nice things that are coming for the skin. So these are just really handy just to prep. You can use a facial towel, you can use one, or you can use kind of mitts if you have them, whichever is comfortable for you. And then in front of me here, I just kind of have a nice bowl of warm water. And then what you can do is, if you prefer, you can grab a towel and you can just pop your head over when the water is not just boiling, but there's just some steam rising, so it's a little bit cooler than boiling. And you can do that for a few minutes, and again, it's just a really good way to soften up the skin, any dead cells. So when it comes to the exfoliating part, you're just gently exfoliating as opposed to be having to scrub the skin. So this is just the prep stage. So next stage, guys, is I always recommend when I'm taking the time out to do a facial, do a double cleanse. So today I'm using a double cleanse. You can use a cream based, you can use a facial wash if you're kind of more oilier skin, or you can use a facial oil. So if I'm doing a double cleanse, I like to change up my products. So my first cleanse, I'm going to do a cleansing cream, and my second cleanse, I'm going to do a cleansing oil. So we all know what cleansers do. They help to really kind of soften up any dead skin cells. They help to remove any dirt or grime after makeup, or when you wake up in the morning. It's really good to kind of remove any kind of toxins while the skin has been repaired at night. Cream cleansers as well are really good for normal to dry dehydrated skin types. They just kind of hydrate, they're gentle, they're soothing. And again, just take some time. So when you're using each of these products, take about 2 to 3 minutes per product and just slowly begin to work. For me personally, I get a lot of congestion around here where you can kind of feel the bumps underneath the skin, but yet they've not manifested onto the surface. So what I'm slowly doing is I'm kind of working the product so the pores begin to relax, open up a little bit, and allows our products down to do the work. You can start to kind of, little massage movements here are really helpful, just to kind of wake up the skin a little bit. And also here around the delicate eye area. And I know for me, it's definitely my telltale sign when I'm tired. So you can use the fingers in here just to kind of stimulate and waken up the skin. And just think with this, it's slow, gentle movements. It's really just a time to relax, nourish the skin. And then the forehead as well. Remember, for a lot of us, the forehead is where we kind of, around this area on the brow is where we hold a lot of tension. So we're just kind of slowly just doing some movements here, working outwards. And there's something so relaxing about that. It actually makes you kind of just nice and chilled. So for my second cleanse, I'm using a cleansing oil. And again, if you're using any of my cleansing packs, you'll know I've just sent you a cleansing cream. So you can basically just repeat using the cleansing cream. Or if you have a facial oil or cleansing oil at home that you'd like to use for this part, you can step in and use your oil. Oils are really good for all skin types, and you can have dry oils and you can have different kind of plant-based oils. For me, oils are great for kind of a dry, dehydrated skin type, and they're really good for massage. So I would slow this down just another step further I'm going to start working around kind of the jawline here. Again, this is generally where we tend to hold a lot of tension. So we're kind of just easing out the tension all along the muscle here. And then into the fleshy part to stimulate blood circulation. Working up to the delicate eye area again. And then along the brow. And then you can repeat on the other side. And what's interesting for me is particularly for me around here, you know, kind of your expression lines, your laughter lines, particularly around the mouth, you can work to kind of relax those out as well. Again, these are areas of the face where we kind of facial expression, but also where we kind of tend to hold tension. And it's really good to work here to kind of stretch out your muscle. So what I would suggest to do is to go around the face once or twice, take time with all the different areas. And when you've done so, then you can get your mitts again and clean off. And we're ready for the next stage. So by now, I hope your skin is starting to feel super, super clean. So at this stage, if you've done your double cleanse, what I like to do is just to remove any kind of excess residue. So this is just a lovely rose water I have onto a disc. And I am literally going to just glide over the skin just to make sure any kind of residue is away. So the exfoliator is next. So what I love about the exfoliator is when the skin is kind of nice and prepped, just like we've done it, the exfoliator can be used really, really gently just to remove any kind of dead skin buildup. So I'm literally going to pop a little bit onto my hands, a little bit fluid here. If you are following using the facial packs that I have sent out, you will know you have a nice exfoliator in there. And the thing about the exfoliator is it should be kind of volcanic or grain based with some nice essential oils. This is in a base, one I'm using is a base of coconut oil, but everyone's samples will be different, but all designed to be good for the skin. And basically the exfoliator has to be used gently then, you know, you don't have this harsh kind of scrubbing or rubbing of the skin. And that's sometimes what people do is they maybe use the exfoliator maybe directly in the shower. They just won't give the skin that prep time, with the result that they can still see visible dead skin after using. And then with an exfoliator, I recommend to use maybe once a week if you've dry or dehydrated skin, and then maybe up to twice a week with a few days in between if you've kind of got oily or congested skin. Also, you can use the exfoliator on targeted areas. So for some people, they get a lot of congestion here around kind of the nose, and for some people here, they get a lot of congestion around the mouth and kind of around the jawline then as well. So you can use it as a targeted treatment. So you can see kind of just gentle kind of circular movements. I know for myself, I get a lot of build-up, so from artificial air at the moment, you know, hot to cold, artificial heat, you will find that the surface of the epidermis is what we can visibly see, and that can almost kind of get a little bit cracked, lots of flakes, and it's just that the surface of the skin is drying out, you know, sitting in front of fires, things like that. So the exfoliator is really, really important to kind of dissolve this web of dead skin cells and this build-up, so that our products actually get in and do the job. And our makeup, of course, if we're wearing it, sits kind of nicely, particularly for all those Zoom calls. So you can do this for another minute or two, just nice, gentle, focus on those areas like you can see here around the nose, underneath the nose, if you've been rubbing the nose a lot, just kind of around the mouth, here around the chin, and on the jawline. And again, sometimes if we're wearing makeup for those kind of online calls, we tend to kind of maybe, or you might be finishing your makeup around here. It's just important to kind of focus on this area as well as down the décolleté, just to make sure any kind of build up, and also that you give kind of this area a nice gentle treatment as well. And when you're working from here, you're working kind of upwards, just to give that lift factor to the skin. Okay doke. So if you're at this part of the facial, you'll know from the facial pack you'll received your sheet mask, and this is the favorite part. So you're going to pop this on the skin. Again, most of the sheet masks, they have enough kind of liquid. So again, you can take this mask off, put it back in its pack and keep it in the fridge and get a second go out of it. So I'm going to leave this on for about 10 minutes, and this is the time now for you to kick back with your music, with your wine, with your candles, and to sit and chill. I can't even smile properly now, it's kind of like tightening up. So I hope you enjoyed this part. So leave on for 10 minutes and then we're going to kind of move on to the hydration and moisturizing stages. So if you've just enjoyed that lovely kind of sheet mask, for the few minutes your skin is going to feel so super soft and glowy right now. Don't worry if you're a little bit pink. What I'm going to do now is we're going to go straight into the serum stage. And we're basically just going to massage that into the skin. You will find at this point that just the skin starts to drink up the ingredients because pores are relaxed, all the debris has been removed, and it allows your serum, your eye cream and your moisturizer just to blend in. And you can use kind of 1 to 2 pumps or 2 to 3 pumps of serum, just blend into the skin. And while that's settling in, I'm just going to take my eye cream or your eye serum or eye gel, depending on what you like to use or what you've received in your facial pack. And we are literally just going to tap. Remember, this area around the eye is kind of very delicate. I probably have a little bit too much there, but not to worry. So if you're using your facial packs, there should be enough product in there for about 2 facials. And again, if you kind of reuse your sheet mask safely, you should get about 2 facials out of those as well, so it's really good value. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of massage the eye cream around here, paying particular attention to the outer corners where we usually are prone to getting dehydration lines, fine lines and kind of early and deep set wrinkles. And that is just all part of life. And again, you can kind of work to kind of lift through here, particularly just to relax. This is one of my favorite parts when I'm getting facial done. I just love that movement up along here, just that relaxing kind of part. You can just really feel it. So you can work upwards, just very slow movements, and then out to the side. I also love this movement here, just kind of relaxing around the eye area. Very calming, very de-stressing. And really it's just all about giving yourself that time to do something like this for yourself. So when we've got our eye cream done, we're then on to our last part, which is a moisturising. So if you're moisturising, again, if you're moisturising, you're doing this in the early part of the day, use an SPF 50, whether it's built into your moisturiser, or you can add on a dot or 2. If you're doing this facial kind of towards the evening time, all you need is kind of your night cream, or you can use a day cream as well, whatever moisturiser you like to use, but preferably to keep the SPF for daytime use and to make sure that it's SPF 50 and a full spectrum SPF. And again, as most of you know, I do online skincare consultations at the moment. It's really good if you want to get questions answered on your current products, your current skin type, your skincare, and kind of to just get really more specific about your routine. Again, you can just kind of massage around the skin, and the skin just should feel so good, so nice, so soft, so clean, so hydrated. I think that's one of my favorite things, is the hydration that comes following these facials. It just gives you a really kind of good pick me up. Other kind of tools I should recommend is, and I haven't used them in today's facial because I just don't put pressure on people to have them. These are kind of the jade rollers and the jade stone. They're really handy to have, and kind of particular for the small. The roller, it's very good for nice and cold. You can store these in the fridge, and it's just really nice and good, especially for kind of depuffing kind of around the eye area. Very gentle as well. You can get these on all the beauty sites. You can get them on kind of Amazon, and sometimes from time to time they come into Aldi as well. The gua sha stone, jade as well, or you can get it in rose quartz. You can get it in a few different types. Really good for kind of just massaging kind of out this kind of part of the face, particularly around the facial muscles here. You can use the smaller parts then to kind of get in around the eye, just to kind of move any kind of deoxygenated blood, which gives that darkness. Any toxins, to move it out towards the lymph node here, so it'll kind of flow down through the lymph ducts and out through the system. Again, that's kind of often referred to as part of the lymphatic drainage process. Again, here you can use this to move up through the brow, and you can also use the flat part then to kind of massage out or de-stress along here, and also along the jawline. So these kind of gua sha stones, is GHASHA, I think it is, they're really, really handy to have as well. And if you don't, simply, there's no problem to simply use your fingertips to give yourself that lovely kind of relaxing massage. And as I said, give yourself the time, give yourself the environment. So use your lighting, use your candles, use your music, and anything that's going to kind of take you into that nice place of relaxation, and give yourself the treat. So I hope you enjoyed this facial. I hope you enjoy your facial pack if you're using it as part of this, and I hope to do lots more of these variations for you guys as well. So thanks for watching as always, and if you have any feedback, I'd always be interested to hear from you. So in the meantime, keep well, keep safe, and I'll talk to you soon.